Thank you, Nathan. Our first speaker this evening is David Mans. David is a transgender female-to-male Mormon and a member of Affirmation who currently manages all of Affirmation's online Spanish content for Latin America. He has journeyed from Rosario, Argentina, to be with us today.
What a beautiful presentation, thank you. I am David, I am trans, and people still are calling me Madame. I want to believe that is because I am too pretty to be a man. You know, girls are pretty. Men are handsome. Men are tall, have broad shoulders, big hands, big feet. When I was 3 years old, my family and I moved out to our new home, and there was a boy about my age. He pulled out his weenie and beat a little tree in front of my house. He was like, nah, nah, you can do that, nah, nah. I felt the challenge, and I didn't like it. I took 2 steps forward, reached down, and there was nothing. He was right. I couldn't do the same, and that felt wrong. It was the first time in my life that I realized something was not right with me. I was 8 or 9 years old when I wanted to change my name. I asked my father and my sister to stop calling me by my female name. They asked me, what name do you want to be called? I liked Richard. I knew that was a boy's name, and I was a girl, so I couldn't be called Richard. So I kept my female name. When I was 11 years old, someone gave me a pair of pants. I put them on. They fit like a glove. My family praised me. You look so good, they told me. I didn't have a mirror at that time, so I tried to turn around and look at myself, and I saw my butt, round and perky. My body was changing, and that was a milestone in my journey. From that point on, it was a struggle to accept myself, to love myself. That happens to every teenager, I was told. But I was very skeptical about other girls and boys feeling the same. They seemed very comfortable with their bodies, while I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I got a mirror at age 12. I tried so hard. I went to church. I did everything I was told. I went to seminary. I got my medal for young women. I went to institute on a mission. I put double efforts into every calling. Nothing changed. I felt trapped, and I didn't even know what kind of prison I was in, nor how to free myself. I got married, and I have 2 daughters. I got divorced and left the church. At 38 years old, I was alone and free, but I didn't feel free. I put a smile on my face and went outside to fight the good fight so my daughters didn't have to suffer the absence of their father. But I felt empty, trapped, and lonely, and guilty, because I wasn't able to keep my daughter's father in our house. I was 38 years old when I realized that I was a man. It felt like a bucket of cold water was poured on me. My first thought was, I am wrong. but I knew I wasn't. At first, I couldn't even say I am a man to myself. I went to see a psychologist who was active in the trans community. I thought she had the experience and to tell if I was trans or not. She shared with me the experience of other trans people, and I started to understand my own feelings. She said, "Welcome to the LGBT community," and that made me so happy. But then I was forced to face my own prejudices. What does it mean? What does it mean to be a man? What does it take to be a man? I was told that what a man is, and when I realized that I was a man too, I found out I didn't fit in the definition of manhood. I was nothing like how a man should be. I needed a new definition, a new set of guidelines. That took time. It wasn't automatic. I was ashamed of my appearance. I am too short. My voice is so high-pitched, even now, 3 years into tea. My feet and hands are so small. My face is so round. No beard, because DNA had to screw me royalty. And one day, I sat beside a trans woman in the waiting room at the doctor. At some point, in our conversation, I forgot she wasn't trans. I felt like I was with any girl I met in my life. I realized that appearance was a very small factor in gender matter. Of course, it mattered, but not in the way it mattered to me. I realized my point of view was wrong, because a man is not someone with male body parts. When a person with Winnie is born, they automatically are put into the male category. Usually, that is enough. Most men don't have to fight for their manhood. It was given to them by the people around them, and nobody ever doubted, because a boy has a penis. I think that is one of the reasons because men feel so fragile in their manhood, because they didn't have to fight for it. That is different in the LGBT community. Men, trans men, women, and trans women in the LGBT community are redefining the definition of manhood. As the trans girl who told me, without knowing, that a girl can have a penis and be as feminine as any girl, I learned I didn't need one of those to be a man. What is my definition of man? Is someone who is whole, who doesn't find his own worth in someone or something else. My definition of man is not very different from my definition of a decent human being. Just saying that I am a man, it's enough. I don't need to justify me anymore. Thank you.